So I was watching this video that came up after the Abrams tank. Civil Mentors has a bunch of interesting videos, I guess on YouTube, but I just keep watching it on MSN as they pop up for some reason. So I was going to go in here and show off how they're talking about building a 2 kilometer skyscraper. Like, there's the concept of the Jeddah Tower, right? So I was thinking about upgrades to this design that would actually support um, building a tower twice as tall as the current Jeddah Tower is being finished or whatever. I guess it was already finished a couple years ago now. Anyways, here we go. So this design needs um structural support for how much things are going to be swaying when you get above a kilometer. So when you're doing 2 kilometers, that's getting so insanely high that you have to start thinking about like physics of designing the building. So what you'd have to do is these supports would have to be um like big thinking like piston buildings where the buildings would be sloped up to whatever point on the skyscraper to like floor probably 50, and then you would have like actual big permanent columns that are pistons, like the world's biggest pistons. And you'd have to use all the different techniques I've described simultaneously: gas and magnetism and um whatever. Anyway, so these three angles, or maybe you could do more, maybe you could do six, and they could curve somewhat and have like a twist where it's supporting the tower so that the tower would spin upwards. So everybody's seen different towers that have spin shapes. Like here's a concept where there's somewhat a spin there and then it straightens out again. There's so many different architects that think they're geniuses, right? Um, but the base, how would that support? I mean, I don't know how tall this building is supposed to be. Um, so if you have that's not gonna work. Now, if you have this shape and then you have two more, like you'd have three towers, and okay, that didn't work. So we have to go like this and start here and go this way. There we go. And then pull it like that. All right. And then you'd have one farther back that I'll make change the purple a little. What? Why did it start there? What? Oh, that was strange. And then we'll make it a lighter purple color to indicate this next part of the building. There's the two pieces, and then you have the third. See, how do I display that? Okay, that didn't work. Let's see, so then we need to make, okay, that's weird. Need to make, now what I'm actually making here, if anybody wants to know, is a concept originally for a concept of windmill towers that would be spinning from a base and then interflute. And then we realized it was better for building a tall tower. There we go. Okay, and then at the top here you have a counterbalance ring. In other words, Halo Tower, Halo Tower. And then down here, yeah, basically, if you have a triangle, right, then the twisting angles. Whoa. Okay, then. So here. Oh, jeez. Okay, and then go three-dimensional with it. No! I forgot it has a triple zone now suddenly. Why is it doing that? Okay, it's annoying. Whatever. It was so rude. And then we come in from out here and make it look 3D. So got to do a little this. And come in. So there we go, close enough. This concept is basically the only thing I know of that could reach such a height. Um, then additionally, you can have cables um, that, you know, wrap up through. So then instead of having messy cables out here, it's all designed into the pyramid that twists into the design. Okay, there you go. We'll save this. Arabian to kill